Okay, nice.
Okay, Dr. Sturm. All done. I'm going to promote you to a panelist. Hello.
What happened? I don't know what happened.
Can you see us, Barbara?
I'm just trying to figure out what's happening here.
Okay.
There we go.
Hello.
Hi, is this okay?
Yes,
Yes,
everybody, we have
hello.
attendees coming in. I am just going to post our group chat message and then we can get into our conversation.
Hey, how are you doing?
Good, how are
Good.
you?
I'm good. Good to see you.
You too. Okay, so for everybody that is attending, we still have 1 more minute, so I know more people will be joining. So in the chat box, you can type in your questions, and then when it fits into the conversation, Barbara, I can then allow whoever's asking a question to join us over video and ask you a question live.
Perfect.
Great.
Amazing.
It's a little chaotic here.
Let's just wait 1 more minute before we start right at 12. And then we're going to get into our conversation.
Do you guys have the hand cream?
We don't in front of us. No, we don't right here. But
Did you get it?
it's on the way.
It's on the way. So
Oh my God, you guys will freak out. I cannot even explain you how good this is.
I love hands. So
Oh my God, you will be so happy. This is the best.
I'm sure it is. Only the
so
best
excited.
from you.
Exactly.
Only the best.
Yeah. I was thinking the other day if I was stranded on an island, what would the 3 things be that I could have of Barbara's? And you know what they are? I'll tell you. Skin food, which I've been taking right from the beginning. How long has it been? 3-4 years?
Yes. Yes.
That was first. I would take scalp and the mask. Those were the 3 things.
Yeah. Oh, amazing. Amazing.
Yeah. So I'd cover myself all up.
Amazing. So again, for everybody that's joining us, you can post any questions that you wish in the chat box, which we've already started here on the right-hand side. And as it will come into the conversation, I'll extend you the opportunity to turn on your camera and your microphone if you wish, and then you can join us in the conversation, or you can just type them and we'll feed them to you, Barbara.
Great.
Amazing. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I'm not looking in the chat box.
No,
I've never done that.
I'm going to do that.
Okay, perfect. Okay,
amazing. Good. So I think we can dive right in and get started and have you, Barbara, share for all of those, I'm sure attending, know your products and perhaps have used them, but for anybody that's new to the brand, if you can share your philosophies and how the brand began. We're obviously such big fans. We're so proud to represent and educate our followers and our clientele on your brand and your principles, which have transformed our view on how to take care of our skin. So we'd love to hear it from you.
True believers.
Yes.
First of all, thank you for hosting us. And I just remember the call I had with Miriam, our first call. And I remember exactly where I was standing. I was like somewhere in Italy, Positano, on a terrace of the place we were renting. And I remember everything. And Miriam was just like, so you won't find anybody better than G Beauty. And Canada, we're the ones who you know, form opinions about it. And I'm like, okay, I believe you. And you guys have been such great supporters, not just supporters, but strong believers in the brand and philosophy up to today. And I really appreciate that. So I'm really happy to see you guys. And yeah, I think, what you guys also believed in was the idea to come from a different angle to skin, you know, and my angle is different. I'm not a dermatologist. I come from the orthopedics. I studied medicine and I studied also sports, and I come basically a little bit from the wellness background, but also from the background of science. So I came together with scientists from Pittsburgh, Harvard, and doctors from Düsseldorf, and I helped pioneering a treatment in the orthopedics where you take body-owned proteins from the blood, you process it in a certain way, and you create anti-inflammatory proteins through your white blood cells. You extract the red blood cells, and then you have a plasma which is highly anti-inflammatory, and re-inject it into the joints. It slows down the process of inflammation and process of aging. And this anti-inflammatory approach I translated into the skin in 2002, and I created something called Vampire Lift, or like, you know, blood facial, or whatever you want to call it. But I was the first one to ever inject the proteins from your blood into skin. And today I see it as a revolution. At the time I saw it like, you know, I just want to do the best for my skin possible. I want to work on a cellular level. That's why the line is also called molecular cosmetics. Molecular means doing something effectively on a cellular level. And that's what we want. We want to really address our cells to slow down the aging process, making sure the cells are really performing, they're working, they're stable, they're having everything they need. They get like all the nutrients, they get hydration, they get telomerase activation, they really, you know, I give them anti-inflammation, or taking inflammation away, because inflammation is something which not only causes a lot of skin problems, it also causes lots of problems in our system, destruction of tissue, chronic diseases, everything goes together with inflammation. And really inflammation is a big part of my doing ever since I'm a doctor. And I think coming from this anti-inflammatory angle is very, it's very new to skin, because what we know is like marketing, you know, skincare is marketing basically. I don't know if you see it any differently, but you know, when you come to Harrods Airport and you have this big billboards inspired by DNA, and you know, coming up with crazy names for crazy complexes which nobody has heard of, you know. So it's like a made up industry, and I think nobody really thought of, you know, what do we women want, what actually is good for our skin, what is the underlying, you know, problem in our skin, what is inflammation. I think it was more like the idea, oh, does the cream smell good, does it have ingredients which make your skin feel great, but in fact are not really great for your skin. So, and which trend do we follow? Do we follow the trend of retinol or acid peels, or the trend of vitamin C, or whatever trend there is? You know, it's just like one industry follows, like it's a swarm of fish. They follow this direction, and then they turn around and follow this direction because something else is more interesting again. So it's a pretty big industry based on marketing. And that is something I really disliked, because at the time when I really was looking for a product which could serve my skin, I couldn't find anything. I was just saying, you know, and all these empty promises. And I went to lots of facialists, and I spent so much money on buying products, different ones, which I never used to the end, because I tried them and I said, oh no, they don't work. And I was so disappointed. So I created this line, you all know, Dr. Barbara Sturm. I also don't want to talk too much. I don't want to take up all the time. I also want to answer a few of your questions. But the idea is pretty much to give really the skin what it needs, and come from a scientific background, come from an ingredient science, come from like stabilizing our skin barrier, because lots of times we are misled to think that anti-aging is destruction to the skin. It's destruction in a way, oh, let's laser our skin, let's do acid peels, let's destruct our skin, and then our skin regrows so much better and so much younger. That's such nonsense, yeah? That's really nonsense, because if we destruct our skin, first of all, it causes inflammation. We ruin our skin barrier. Skin barrier is basically our safety tool, our fortress of the skin, our division to the outside world. So why would we destruct something which is made by nature so incredibly beautiful, in a way that, you know, skin barrier consists out of dead skin cells, a microbiome, and hydrolipid film. So the microbiome is very difficile put together with bacteria, fungus, parasites. Yeah, you're correct. That's in our skin. It's also in our gut. We actually carry 2 kilograms of microbiome with us. So it's done by nature on purpose. It's not done for us to destroy it. Would we destroy the microbiome in our stomach? No. When we take antibiotics, we know we destroy it, but then we take probiotics because we want to make sure our microbiome in the gut is okay. Same with the skin. So let's make sure the microbiome in our skin is okay, and let's not destroy it. So my products are really delivering ingredients to do anti-inflammation, strengthen skin barrier function, giving all the nutrients to the skin. Hydration. How important is hydration? Nobody really understood that, you know, and that was what I was looking for to find a skincare at the time when I was like beginning of 30 or even earlier. And I couldn't find any cream which could provide hydration to my skin. I was so surprised. Isn't this the most important thing? That what the hydration is what strengthens skin barrier. Hydration is what keeps our skin young. Hydration is what actually gets lost when we age. So hydration, I thought, you know, really underserved. And, you know, some people might say, oh, Sturm's all about hydration. It's only hydration. It's like nothing. It's number one most important thing.
Exactly.
You know?
I wanted to actually ask if you can also explain the founding ingredients of purslane and skullcap, because when you educated me on those two ingredients, everything made so much sense. And so I'd love if we can share just how you found those ingredients and what they do for the skin, because their properties are transformative.
Oh yeah, that's amazing. But you know, that's just two of so many ingredients I use. So I'm a total ingredient nerd. So and if we come to ingredients, I mean, starting from hyaluronic acid, I mean, like the obvious ones, aloe vera, glycerin, panthenols, very obvious oil, but put them together in beautiful formulation paired with ingredients like purslane or skullcap, which are extremely nourishing, but also rich in lots of you know, vitamins. But you know, purslane, for example, is it's not just antioxidants, wound healing. It's rich in beta carotene, omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin A, C, D, and it's just like such an amazing ingredient. And it's what I was finding it for was telomerase activation. And I take 2 minutes on that because it's so important. Telomerase activation
There's
is
no
like a
rush
super
hour.
new.
Talk as much as you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's cutting edge science. You know, that is really 2009, 2 Nobel Prizes were given on the idea how it even works. And there's a Harvard study which says, and they tested it on mice, which says telomerase activating ingredients, or telomerase is the only enzyme which not only stops the aging process but also reverses it. And what it means is that, you know, each cell division, our chromosomes first, our genetic material has to duplicate in order to create two new identical cells. Makes sense, right? So each duplication, the telomeres, the little ends of the chromosomes get shorter until the cell mutates or dies. Normal, it's called aging, totally normal. But you know, if you think about the most proven aging theory, the aging theory lies in the number of cell divisions. So if you have, humans have 40 to 60 cell divisions. A turtle, for example, has 110 cell divisions. A turtle gets to live 200 years. We only live. So the number of cell divisions matter. And let's say if we have 40 to 60 cell divisions as a human, why would we cut our cell division early? Why would we destroy our cells on the skin and take these cell divisions away from them? We should do the opposite. Give them hydration, give them all the nutrients, give them telomerase, give them all these things to prolong the process of dividing more into good cells and not destroy, because we also only have a certain pool of stem cells. It's not unlimited. It's not that our body gives us unlimited cells. It's not like that. We only have a limit. So your skin becomes thinner. And so my theory really pretty much lies in, you know, take good care of what you got instead of destroying what you got and rely on our body rebuilding, which is really, you know, it works. I mean, we heal, you know, if you cut your finger, you heal back. But actually this healing process is triggered by anti-inflammatory proteins coming from, you know, from your blood or from, you know, it's like, you know, what the idea was behind the whole idea with the blood, you know, that your body has these healing factors. But you know, why would we destroy our skin anyway? Long story short.
Sorry to interrupt you, but somebody is now asking to hear your thoughts on retinol. So maybe this is a perfect tie-in to everything.
That's a perfect tie-in, you know. And I don't, you know, I'm very provocative, you know, with the industry, and the industry not always like it because there's a big money in it. But retinol causes inflammation. There's no way around it. Retinol causes inflammation, and you know, I would be someone, if I would put retinol on my skin, my skin would be inflamed, red, I would burn, I couldn't even tolerate it. Yeah. So lots of people even don't tolerate it. If you have like really robust skin, okay, you can tolerate it, but you know, lots of people say, oh, my skin becomes super sensitive and it burns, and only when it burns and it tingles, I know it's working. Wrong. If it tingles or burns, your body says, stop what you're doing. It's not good for my body, for the body. So retinol causes inflammation. Retinol is a resurfacing ingredient, which takes away not just dead skin cells, but also healthy skin cells. What I just told you about skin barrier, it also destroys your skin barrier. It accelerate the cell turnover. That's the idea for retinol. Yeah, we want to accelerate your cell. But what I just told you is true, that we don't have unlimited cells, number one. Number two, your acceleration of cell turnover basically means that you never go through your full 40 to 60 cell divisions, because you cut in it. You always cut through. You always make sure you don't let your cells really develop in, you know, what they need to develop in as good skin cells. And you know, that's why when you use retinol, for example, or glycolic or acid peels, your doctor, or what it says on the packet, don't use when you're pregnant. It also says use sunscreen at all times. That's true, because you make your skin so vulnerable. Everything can enter in your skin. And lots of people, when using retinol, they get this spottiness on the skin, which means hyperpigmentation caused by dysfunctioning skin barrier. Or premature aging is part of, you know, what inflammation causes, premature aging. So stay away from inflammation. I would recommend staying away from retinol, from any resurfacing products. And that's just my philosophy. Other people have other philosophies. You need to just figure out for you what makes sense to you. But I just want to tell you, anti-inflammation is the key for your entire system, you know, not just for your skin, but for everything we do. We really have to keep in mind. And, you know, especially in these days where we already understand, you know, we need to really help our immune system to stay strong, because imagine viruses, bacteria, everything can hit our system. And now I want to tell you another thing. When it comes to skin, everything we put on our skin, you can be sure it gets delivered in your system. That's why products often say, don't use it when you're pregnant, because, you know, it gets delivered. Or there's this hypnosis tool from a frog poison they put on your skin, and you get hallucinations from it. So imagine you put something on your skin, it gets delivered not just in your bloodstream, but also through the brain-blood barrier, you know? Or if you think about hormones, you put hormones on your skin and it has an effect. So you can make sure that everything you put on your skin gets delivered into your skin. And who wants acid in your system?
Somebody was asking about products that are pregnancy safe, and just asking about if all of your products are pregnancy safe, including your supplements.
So
yeah,
with supplements, I always would ask my doctor. I don't see any harm my supplements would do. They're all vegan, they're herbal. But again, you know, everybody's different. And when I was pregnant with Piper, I would have like a special pregnancy supplement. But I also, everything I would take, I would quickly call my doctor and say, is this okay for me to take? So that's something, you know, as a pregnant mother, you're very, very, you know, vulnerable, and you want to understand, is this really for me? And with my skincare product, yes, you can use all the products during pregnancy. And that's what I want from my products. I don't want to use any products which are not safe to use in pregnancy. Why?
people are saying how incredible your skin is on our webinar. Now somebody is asking about like your calming serum and the products that can help with any type of eczema and very sensitive skin. What would you recommend?
This is one of my favorite. I have to say, the calming serum is such a, you know, that I created it for my clinic only. I created it for my patients, you know, after treatments, to just like, you know, give something, you know, healing. And, you know, this serum is so great because it takes redness down in seconds. You know, if you have rosacea prone skin or any type of just
even for
treatment, even if you know, if you decided I do it laser, I do acid peels, this is a perfect serum to heal your skin, you know, but also mosquito bites, sunburn, waxing, after shaving, you know, for men. So it's like such a great product because it's a combination of lots of healing ingredients. And let's start from chamomile, over cardiospermum, panthenol, urea, aloe vera, skullcap, purslane. It's just such a great cocktail of ingredients. I love it. I don't use it every day. I use it when I need it. I use it on Pepper, on my 6-year-old. I use it, you know, it's great for eczema patients, but you know what's also great for eczema, by the way, is the body cream for kids. So I have lots of parents who come to me and said, you know, we tried everything. The doctor gave us cortisone and all these things, and then we started using the body cream for the kids, and it totally healed up the eczema. So I always recommend for eczema, just get the kids' body cream or kids' face cream. Is so great.
Amazing.
I always pair it up with the clients with the anti-pollution and the light face cream.
Yeah.
Those are the three I.
Yes, that's a really great rosacea
Trio.
a treatment, you know, and I love that. It's a really good one.
Barbara,
And
I'm asking, what is your skincare routine with your products?
so, as you know, I'm more tomboy than a beauty junkie. So I always need to keep it quite simple. So what I always use, and you know what, by creating more and more products, I use more and more products. I tell you right now, every morning, the first thing I do, I put my face mask on. I walk around with my face mask, and I do my calls and, you know, my emails and everything. So just face mask, drinking my coffee. Then during the time of I peel everything off, you know. Then at one point I take a shower, and then what I always love in the morning are the anti-pollution drops and the hyaluronic serum. These are the two serums I use in the morning. Hyaluronic serum and anti-pollution. Normally I use that one first, leave it on for 20 seconds until it dissolves, and then I use the anti-pollution one. And then those two
Is asking what's the difference between those two, Barbara?
they're both hyaluronic serums, yeah. And this one is like super power hydration, so it's the concentration is higher. It's a super hyaluronic serum. This has the hyaluronic serum, but has a bunch of active ingredients like adaptogens, antioxidants, but also ingredients to build a shield on the skin, which protects also from the radiation coming from the phones, the HEV light and pollution. And that's really important, especially when we are sitting in front of our computers and Zoom calls. So that's great also to top up in between. So when you use it in the morning, you reapply it throughout the day. And actually that's something, you know, my little one is homeschooled now. She gets the anti-pollution drops as well. So really just put it on your teenagers, on yourself. These are the two serums in the morning. And then I use my face cream in the morning, and then my sun drops. And often I just mix my face cream with my sun drops, and that's it. Sun drops.
And what about your
And then
do you use your eye cream?
yes, I wish I would use my eye cream more often. I use it, but I have to confess, I'm really terrible, I have to say. But
right. We'll let it pass.
Exactly.
They're so good. Have you seen Mozzie?
Someone is asking, they have dry skin, but also breakout prone skin. Would they be better off with the clarifying serum or the calming serum?
So clarifying serum, perfect. You know, the serums, they're all super hydrating. They're all hydrating. Clarifying serum is also a hyaluronic serum. So whether you do the hyaluronic serum and then the clarifying serum, or just the clarifying serum, it's great. It's really great for dry skin. And again, all my products are extremely hydrating. So even if you have dry skin, you know, even the clarifying cream is hydrating.
The clarifying cream
so you have
changed my skin.
Yes.
Changed that. So the balancing toner, which I thought I thought it did nothing. I was like, I'll never use this. I started using this when COVID started, and my skin changed instantly.
It's amazing. This balancing toner I never used. I even didn't think I needed it, because I'm just like, okay, too much. But now with wearing all these masks, I'm using it religiously,
and your skin feels balanced. It's unbelievable.
Game changer. Yeah, it's a game changer.
Yeah. And the clarifying cream, for anybody watching, I have very oily skin. I do not have dry skin, but I have understood from learning from you the importance of hydration and not dehydrating my oily skin. And the clarifying cream hydrates me, but I also find it makes my skin matte, not dry, but a little bit more matte, which is what I need. I don't need glow drops. I need the opposite. And this is unbelievable. It's totally calmed my skin.
And that's really great. What you also can do if you have like a breakout area here and everything here is dry, just use the clarifying products here and the rest you use the normal face cream, you know. Then you can do also the normal face mask here, the clarifying face mask here, so you can zone your face, you know.
Exactly.
What about repair foods? I always recommend that for acneic skin. Very important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you remember I did a master class in Toronto with you guys, and you remember there was this one woman saying her husband was using it and it helped him with his joints.
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
I have such a great memory. I have to say I have such a great memory. But honestly, that is really true. So these supplements, they're really designed for anti-inflammation. You know, the skin food you take for anti-inflammation, hydration, antioxidant, but also for telomerase activation. And this one is very powerful anti-inflammatory. So whenever you have like a skin condition like rosacea, or you have acne, or joint problems, you top that skin food up with the repair food. I think that's a really great addition to the skin food.
I always recommend it. And when people ask me about anti-aging, I tell them about skin repair. Skin food.
Yeah.
I have to keep us on track on our script.
Sorry.
No, that was my fault. I got so excited by all the questions coming in. Okay, so we had asked our clients beforehand what they would like to learn from you. So let's start, Barbara, with if you could explain the brightening line and how to treat melasma. You shared the most incredible before and after on your Instagram. And I know the last time we spoke, you were mentioning how impactful your brightening food supplement was. So for anyone suffering with melasma, how would that brightening line work? What would be best for them to use?
I'm always a little careful with what I say about melasma and hyperpigmentation, because I shared pictures once before and I got so attacked. How can you say this works with melasma? And like, okay. I just have this experience with my patients. You know, I'm a doctor. I'm seeing my patients all the time. And, you know, my one patient who came to me in summer and she was full of makeup and, you know, and she's like, I have such bad melasma, and it's, you know, she was using my products, you know, but she still had melasma. And I said, okay, you need to use the products in a certain way. I give you exactly the routine you need to use. 3 weeks later, I saw her. She was not wearing makeup. I totally forgot about everything, you know. And at one point she said to me, did you look at my skin? And I couldn't believe it. So what I gave her was the combination of the darker skin tone and the brightening line. And that's a really great way of addressing it, because mostly what people tell you out there, if you have melasma, take this acid peel, do this, do laser, I mean, if you do that to your skin, you destroy your skin barrier function, and you probably invite more radiation from the sun, from the phones into your skin to cause even more melasma or more pigmentation issues. So the idea is to do it naturally with really great ingredients coming from the nature, like watercress sprouts, like olive leaf extract, like copper, like aloe vera. Aloe vera, by the way, if you have in the garden, it's a really great ingredient to work against pigmentation. So I tell you the routine now. You use the darker skin tone cleanser and enzyme cleanser. The enzyme cleanser twice a week, the cleanser every day. Then you use the hyaluronic serum for darker skin tones. Then you use the brightening serum and the brightening face cream and the brightening food. And you use sunscreen. Yeah, you use the sun drops. So that's a perfect routine to help with melasma. And then you don't curate your own routine, just stick to that Sturm way, and then you will see a success. It doesn't come all the time after 3 weeks, but you know, I also, you remember? I remember everything. We did a masterclass in Miami.
I remember.
And my friend, Sandy,
yes,
she had melasma after pregnancy. She used it for 5 weeks, and she's like, that's all I use.
I remember.
That's all she uses. So, yeah.
I remember.
Next question is, if you can walk us through the most anti-aging nighttime routine.
But that's what I use. I use my, you cleanse your face, you use your balancing tone, and then what you use your super anti-aging serum, your night serum, and face cream and eye cream, or eye cream and face cream. that's what I would do. And then I would probably use my skin food, yeah, as a supplement. But I actually use that in the morning. But super anti-aging serum, night serum, eye cream, and face cream. That would be
Would you
my
top it off
favorite.
with lifting serum? Would you
Lifting,
top
you can use it at night, but I think that's a day serum. You know, that's something, I love the lifting serum. I love it for men and women. It's amazing. It's fantastic. It gives you this little lift, you know, and it prevents from, you know, fine lines and wrinkles, but it also gives you this an enormous, I mean, I think it's incredible. And you know what, that was the one product actually my team sneaked up on me. They were working on it. I never wanted it, and I never thought I wanted it until I tried it, and then I became obsessed with it.
Me too.
And Barbara, someone else is asking that everything you use on your face, you bring down to your neck. Is there anything you feel you should avoid on your neck or just use on the neck?
No, use you do the whole routine and include your neck, your décolleté. I really go, I do it all, and then my hands. I even do it on my hands. I really do it all, and then the enzyme cleanser I also use on my body. You know, the dry brush, the body cream. I really use it all. And if the serums weren't so expensive, I even would say use the serums on the body. But I'm bringing out a body serum, so
Perfect.
stay tuned for that.
Another question we have, Barbara, is if you
And don't tell anybody.
You
No,
got it.
no, our secret.
Exactly. If you could share, you know, how you incorporate or how you lead an anti-inflammatory lifestyle, especially like with pepper, you know, you share so much, like maybe like, and even on your Instagram feed, you share so much about smoothies and matcha and you know, incorporating your skin food into your regimen. So if you could share on that.
So I think, you know, anti-inflammatory lifestyle, and, you know, everyone is so knowledgeable now. Everybody is so interested in what's good for us, you know, how we work out, how we de-stress and meditate and cook and, you know, build our diet. And I think lots of people, they already know by instinct what's good for them, you know. And I think especially in these times when self-care is so important to prevent from, you know, getting sick, or when we get sick, to withstand these, you know, crazy attacks on our body. I think it's very important to strengthen our immune system. And that means that, you know, everything we eat really, you know, has an effect. And so I always recommend a plant-based diet. Yeah. And yeah, you know, I recommend not to eat meat, but you know, maybe a fish here and there, some proteins, but I would stay away from everything with hormones or anything with dairy in it. And you know, I would also recommend to de-stress. Not always watching the news in these times can, you know, cause a lot of anxiety in people. And, you know, cortisol, our stress hormone, when it rises, you know, you can't sleep. It causes inflammation. So try to de-stress, try to not watch TV, try to go to bed instead. And, you know, with Pepper, you know, often I'm in bed with Pepper and pet her back, and, you know, we snuggle up and I fall asleep with her. And then you know, I'm asleep by 8 p.m. and sleep through. And I do this quite a lot, you know, so especially right now, we don't really have social commitments. We don't have to travel. We can use that time to, instead of watching TV or doing anything else, to really get some good night's sleep. I think this is really important. And yeah, your daily workout, and even if it's just like a little yoga, Pilates, 10 minutes here and there, you know, we like to do this Melissa Wood Health stuff, and they're great.
Yeah.
So I think instinctively we are all doing quite a good job. What I want to say though, you know, I know skincare is so fun and there's so many brands, and, you know, you want everything in your bathroom, it looks so great. Don't try to curate your own skincare routine. Really decide for a philosophy of one brand and just stick to it for a little bit, you know, because there's like all meaning, and ingredients can attack each other. And, you know, I think it's especially in these times, also by wearing all these masks and using too many products and thinking we're doing so much self-care, I think it causes a lot of peri-oral dermatitis and breakouts, and we're not always doing the right thing here.
I think in line with that, somebody asked much earlier just about your price point, and we, representing your brand, we speak so much to the refinement and the quality of your ingredients and the fact that you are a doctor and the science behind all of it. But if you could maybe also just explain a little bit about, let's say with hyaluronic acid, just that there are so many different versions, or I guess less clean versions, and how that comes out in a price point, or what it takes to create a product so highly transformative like you have.
What I want to say to that, and this is something I learn every day again, because we're looking into so many interesting things we can do, and working with production companies, and sometimes production companies want to tell us, oh, if you use something else it will be cheaper, and then I said, we're not looking for cheaper, we're looking for the best quality. We're not looking to do anything the cheap way. And I feel like even if lots of products say, if a product costs $5 or $10, there's nothing in there. I swear nothing can be in there. Nothing good, nothing which will help our skin. Or if something is in there, then in a super small concentration. If something is in there, then it's mixed with other crazy ingredients. Look a little bit into the ingredients, can Google everything. We can also send you lists of good and bad ingredients, and if a product already has such an ingredient list, just know. I think it's really so crucial to our skin, what we put on our skin. We need to trust the brand, we need to trust their formulation, we need to trust, for our own sake, for our children's sake, for everybody who's using these products. And my idea of a product, and probably it's crazy the money I spend on product development and and production, because I don't make compromises, and I'm not in this business to trick people into buying my stuff because of marketing. I'm really just doing it because it helps me so much, it helped my patients so much. And so we thought there's really the need in the market to do something where you see an effect right away, where you put it on, you're excited about it and you see that it works, and that is really coming down to the quality of ingredients and the quality of the formulations, and the sourcing of the ingredients. Not, if you buy organic, for example, organic is just a word, it doesn't mean that these ingredients in the products are great for your skin. They're mostly not, and they're not even synthesized in a lab. And often, like, organic can also mean that fields still are treated with pesticides. Organic is just a word, doesn't mean anything.
Mm-hmm. So interesting. Someone is now asking about like skin tones like what is considered for darker skin tone. This woman asking, or person asking, is South Asian, and how they would decipher. And maybe you can also just lead into the darker skin tone line and just share all of that, because it's so genius.
Okay, darker skin tone is also just a name. It's just a name.
Right.
It's just, we had to call it something. It's really pretty much a formulation of ingredients which help with pigmentation, even out the skin tone, no matter which skin color you are. It doesn't matter. I used a darker skin tone. My husband used that. So many people use the darker skin. Everybody with pigmentation issues. I have a pigmentation issue there. You use a darker skin tone line. If you're Asian, if you're African American, if you're whatever, it's a line for everyone. But it especially helps people with melanin-rich skin. Melanin-rich skin means like lots of melanin, higher danger to get inflammation, so higher inflammation cascade, higher incidence of post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. So it needed to be extra anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, and good for even out the skin tone. That was the whole idea behind the darker skin tone line.
Beautiful. Okay. Another question we had here is, could somebody's daughter who is 13 use the clarifying line?
Yes, absolutely. That's the beautiful thing with my approach is the beautiful thing with my approach. Yeah, I pat myself on my own shoulder. I usually don't do that, But the great thing is, the anti-aging theory is designed to maintain amazing cells and amazing skin and good skin and healthy skin. So healthiness is really well received in when you're 13, when you're 9, when you're 100, when you whatever age you are. If we do something good for our skin, there's no age limitation. If we're thinking of, aging ingredient shouldn't be used before you're 30. Yeah, that's what we talk about, anti-aging ingredient like retinol or whatever. Yeah, don't ever use that, you know, and especially not when you're 13. Clarifying, it's like herbal, beautiful ingredients, you know, there's like this amazing trio of ingredients like sunflower extract, viper's bugloss, and balloon bulb. These are great ingredients to bring down inflammation, yeah? And that's amazing for a 13-year-old too.
Beautiful. Barbara, someone's asking, can you show us the hand cream and talk a little bit about it?
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh my God, the hand cream. Look, that's the hand cream. I don't know if you see that.
No, we can see. It's
like
on its way to gbeauty.com and .ca any day now.
Yes.
And you see it's a super anti-aging hand cream, so it's silver brightening, because that's why it's hard to tell. So you just need a tiny bit. You just need, that's also the nice thing, you know. I don't even know, it's also not crazy expensive, this cream, but you also need just very little, you know. And then we're all obsessed with it. Look, it also goes in my hands right away. Look, you even get the Sturm glow.
Yeah.
I love that.
You see?
Beautiful.
It's already like,
Beautiful.
Amazing.
I think it's really convincing.
Absolutely.
Over 4 years we worked on this. Over 4 years we worked on this hand cream. Crazy.
And similar
It's crazy.
concept about
It's like
anti-inflammatory. And
oh yeah. Ingredients are, it's packed with anti-aging ingredients, packed. Ingredients which are not just antioxidant, but really serve the physiology of the skin, because the skin has less sebum production. It's way thinner. So you need to bring ingredients from the outside to help, you know, and anti-aging ingredients, beautiful, you know, valuable oils. It's just great.
especially with all the hand sanitizer that is stripping our skin.
Oh my God, you need a good hand cream. And I don't like when the hand cream is sticky and just like feels terrible, and you know, it doesn't go in your skin. It's just like, ugh. And I also, no fragrances in this one. I don't like when it's like, you know, smells like crazy.
It's good to have beside your bed, so just before you go to sleep, you just do a nice.
Yes. Yeah, you can even do a hand mask with it. You just use a little more, and you know, just put gloves on it. Or
Saving the best for last, Barbara, we would love for you to share a little bit of insight with the amazing amount of people watching this webinar of the new vitamin C product that is launching in the new year that G Beauty is going to be having exclusively for its first month. And we'd love for you to share all about it.
I think it's in the C, the good C. So, you know, during COVID, the C is in my bag. I'm gonna show it. So during COVID, I was talking to so many of my patients. You know, I'm a doctor and I like to give advice. And, you know, we did FaceTime consultation, masterclasses, skin school, etc., lives. And so many people were asking, what about retinol? What about vitamin C? What about this? What about that? So vitamin C is a tricky one. You know, why vitamin C is amazing for us, amazing for an internal take. So right now I do twice a day, 1,000 milligram vitamin C. You know, it's just what I think is good right now to boost our immune system, also for my children and everyone. Vitamin C on our skin is also great, but it needs to really be in a certain percentage and a certain formulation. So vitamin C is not vitamin C, they're coming in different forms. So we use 3 different forms of vitamin C in this one. We are under 5% concentration. So vitamin C has a tendency, if not the right formulation, too high in concentration, to really attack the skin and to cause sensitivity and irritation and dryness, etc. So it's really good to find a vitamin C which has the right formulation and the right concentration. And Charlie has been using the vitamin C for how long?
I have been using it. Hi guys. Good to see you.
Yes.
I've been using this for I think 2 months now, and I actually during quarantine have been dealing with I dealt with some acne, some hormonal acne. So it left over some, which I covered a bit now, but it left over some scarring. Well, not scarring, but like some hyperpigmentation. And I've been religiously using the serum now, morning and night, and I've seen such a difference in my skin. It's incredible. And it's so
so nice.
It gives you that glow already without like it looks as if you have a moisturizer on already. I don't know.
Can't
I'm
wait.
obsessed.
Yeah.
And
Can't
this is
wait.
good for all skin conditions and skin tones, Barbara?
Yes, yes. This is for everyone. And someone asked about the price. I think it's 125, no, euros?
I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah,
I think it's
I think it's 145 US. It's an amazing price point, and we are such believers in vitamin C. We
We are.
always have. So this makes total sense.
That's why everybody was asking which vitamin C serum should I use. I'm like, sorry. So now you know what it's called? It's called the Good C.
Perfect.
Amazing.
The Good C.
I love it.
That's the perfect
Love a good
name.
seed.
And we're so proud. We're going to be retailing it just like you for the first month of January together. So we're going to create lots of routines and how to use the product and share so much content and how you can mix it into the hand cream and with the other
Absolutely.
serums that you make. And so we're so excited for
Yes.
this. We can't wait.
For sure.
Amazing, amazing. I'm so glad this is all
And I love
coming
the white bottle.
to the market.
Barbara.
Yeah, you know what? It's like it's an all
Yeah.
white bottle because
love
it needs to be saved from the daylight. And yeah, it's so fun. It's been so fun for me to listen to what my patients wanted. The last couple of months, I'm really listening. So, oh, we want this, and can you do that? And what do you think about that? So I really put a lot of thinking and researching into new products, which I really very much enjoy. So I'm excited about this. Yeah, I'm excited about the hand cream. We haven't had so many launches the last year. So, it's fun to bring out new products again.
Amazing.
I'm a big fan of your scalp serum.
Yes.
I know, me too. And Adam, my husband's like, all the guys, it's so funny. All the guys are using it because it's so great because they're losing their hair and, you really help the scalp to really get all the nourishment and everything in order for them to have the best environment for hair growth. And what's also great, the guys are using it to style their hair because that really works with the serum.
But it makes sense that the skin of the scalp is the same, and we do so much on the face and we don't do anything on the scalp. And what's also nice for people that like a good blowout like me, like I can use it on clean hair. It doesn't make my hair greasy.
No.
And use it every day.
But even a blowout is already like something very aggressive to your scalp, and nobody's really taking care of the scalp, or even just being in the sun, or it's just all a big stress on our scalp. And I think it's great if we have something which is don't grease the hair and just help our scalp to maintain good health.
I'm a big fan. Huge fan.
Barbara, this was so much fun.
I love it.
We love learning from you. We always learn something new, and we so believe in what you are creating and achieving. Like my skin has totally transformed. Like we're so proud and honored, and we're so excited for the Good C and the hand cream, and we love it all. We're total super fans.
Yeah, I use the night
Yeah,
serum.
we love you guys. Always been family.
Yes, 100%. And we're such big believers in your product, and it comes so honestly and so transparent when we speak about Barbara Sturm. It's because we believe in it, and that's what counts. That's what really counts. So
you're the best, guys. I hope you're good. I hope you have a good holiday season, and be with the family and with all the little ones, and
and we'll hopefully be together in the new year to do a masterclass in person all together.
I hope so.
Yes, but whenever you need me, guys, let me know.
Love
Say
you,
bye
Barbara.
to Charlie
Thank you.
there.
Yes.
And to Pepper.
Bye. Bye, everybody.
Yeah. We'll see you soon, gorgeous.
Happy holidays.
Bye.
Okay.
Happy holidays, guys.
One face. We both have one face.